Tracking your money basically means knowing where your money is going. The wonderful thing about tracking is that as you do so, you begin your first month and you list all of your expenses, the name of your expenses and how much you are spending. Then you can look at how you spend your money, and then you can make some wise decisions as to where your money is going.
As you look at your bank statement or your credit card statements, you might find things that you didn't expect to find, like bank fees that weren't supposed to be charged, or if you have your cell phone on an automatic debit, and you're like, wait a minute, it was supposed to be 60, not 65. So you want to track your money just to make sure that things are done correctly, that it's going to where you expected it to go. Another reason is for your budgeting. So, how much do I spend a month on my cell phone, or how much do I spend in food, junk food, or movies? Where does that money go? If you're trying to reach some kind of savings objective, like you want to buy a computer or something, you got to figure out how you're going to get there. If you need $50 a month, where is it coming from? If you're spending more than you're making, or if you're spending everything that you make and there's really nothing left over, it'll be tough to accomplish those objectives.
You can look at things that you're spending that you shouldn't be spending. How else can you use that money? You can actually save, which is a great thing, right? You should implement in your life a saving habit immediately, right now. Don't wait. But that will only happen if you track. How do you track? How do you do that? There are some easy ways to some very complicated ways. You can actually go to the store and find software that will help you track your money. But to start, it could be so simple as a piece of paper and pen. Or you can do it through your computer. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Don't try to imitate someone else. Just make it your way, make it your own. The whole point of tracking is doing it, getting it done.
The best place to start, honestly, is with your bank statements. But my experience is it's really better to kind of maybe tangibly do it and maybe write these things down. Like, how many times am I going to the movies in a month? Or how many times I'm having to put gas in my car? How much am I spending every month on my cell phone bill? And I say write things down. Maybe it's old-fashioned, but in my opinion, it makes it real. Like, that's real money. You really received it, even though it was direct deposit and all the money kind of shifted around digitally. But when you actually sit down and write it down, it might make it real.
Giving. Have you ever thought of giving? Giving doesn't necessarily mean giving money. You can give in various ways. But I also believe that it is a good habit for you to start implementing in your life to help others.
It's just an acknowledgement, I think, of trying to say, hey, I've been benefited, I've been helped, and I'm going to help somebody else out that might need a little bit of some advantage, because no one has done anything by themselves. Whether it's your parents helping you, or your teachers, or friends, or mentors, or other relatives, or the government. Everyone's received some level of help. I think it's easy to take that for granted, like, oh, my parents have always done this, or my family's always done that, and not realize that they're doing it for you. They're helping you out. They're not obligated to do that, but they've done it. But this habit of giving, it's a habit of successful people. And in my mind is Rockefeller. Rockefeller, and this guy, from a young age, he tracked every penny he received in a little notepad. And then he actually gave a fixed amount regularly from a young age up until his death. Most people that are very successful have a consideration for people who maybe aren't as successful, or aren't as fortunate. And sometimes it's money, and sometimes it's time, whether it's helping to tutor kids at school who may need some help, but maybe they don't have the resources to pay for an additional tutor or whatever. I always tell my son, charity begins at home. Help your mom with some chores. You'll see an immediate look of appreciation if you can do something for your family. It's just something to get in the habit of acknowledging that you've been helped and paying it forward. Help some other people.
But your savings and your giving won't happen unless you track your money. That's the key. So make sure that you track your money, that you know where your money is going, so that then you can make some wise decisions about your money.